Hey kids, guess what time it is? It's time for the full album challenge
That's right.
with, with your hosts, Chili Burns, that's me. That one over there, he's El Blasto. Say hi to the folks.
Hi, folks. We're here again. Uh, which we're just gonna keep on doing this because there's no shortage of albums. And I was thinking of that the other day. That the brain rot has taken over people with the TikTok craze and all that stuff. And it's like, yeah, anybody who makes anything anymore is just one song, and it's not exactly going on to albums, but oh my God, from the 50s to, like the 2000s, there are full albums of everything. So
Yeah,
um, I was
and
just
like
thinking about that
intentional full
earlier,
albums.
actually.
Yeah, they're like intentional full albums where the artist had an idea of, I want the album to start here, and it's a journey through the album. And by the end of the album, you've done this, or you've experienced that, or you've heard the story of whatever. But there's a lot of albums out there, man, that we have not touched on. There's so many greats and so many well-renowned albums that like it's an endless supply of ammunition for us, and there's gonna be a lot of shit in there too that we're gonna have to fight through.
Oh man, yes. So that's what we do on this channel. If you're not familiar and you're new here, thanks for joining us. And basically, what it is exactly what the name says, full album challenge, where we sometimes dare each other, but most of the time we challenge ourselves to listen to random things, and then just it's pretty simple. If we make it all the way through, it's a pass. If we fail to make it through, it's a fail. And we're going to tell you exactly why in our own colorful way.
I believe they call it commentary, editorial commentary
Yeah,
is what they call it. Yeah, yeah,
media
yeah,
speak.
it's yeah, they're yeah. This is basically an opinion piece, and on opinion. So I wanted to clarify something for this episode. Actually, for the whole show, we all have those friends out there who say, "Oh, this band's great," this, and you're like, "This guy suck." I can't believe you'd even listen to that, and vice versa. I have plenty of bands that I've listened to over the years, and my friends are thinking, "What are you seeing these guys? These guys suck," and vice versa. But I want to make it clear, your opinion is what it is. We don't give a damn what it is. Bring it on. Let us know what you think of the albums, because we're going to review some albums. Here's the thing. We review albums that have, I don't think we're going to review anything that's sold less than 500,000 copies.
Yeah.
Anything less than gold it's like, it might as well not exist, really. Although there might be some other ones here and there. But that's so that leads us both to know, actually, there are enough people out there who like this stuff. Like
Oh,
we tore apart Kiss Destroyer. We got through it, so it was a success. But we got through it because it was so goddamn funny, because it was so stupid the whole way through. And so, but Kiss succeeded. So, but there's no shortage of freaking Kiss fans out there, man. Anyway,
oh
I wanted
man.
to get that out there to let people know our opinion is our opinion. We don't dislike you anymore because you like Kiss or Taylor Swift or freaking whoever. You can like us less for our opinions. It's up to you. But music is so subjective. That's why there's so many different genres. And we ran the gamut of genres this week pretty thoroughly. You want to go through some of the stuff we did this week? Do you dare?
Oh man. Yes. So we had some stuff, and my approach with first of all, let's just start with Pantera. Pantera is one of the most groundbreaking metal bands in history. They changed the face of metal. They made it more accessible for a lot more people. And but that was the new Pantera. And so I was like, I know that these guys, I've seen pictures of the whole hair metal thing that they had going on for like a decade or more. And I was like, oh, this has got to be complete cheese. This will be a challenge.
Com- complete cheese. That's a good T-shirt idea. I gotta write that down. Complete cheese.
Complete cheese. Oh yeah. And oh boy, we are going to be in the fondue pot for a lot of these things. I swear to God. But it was like this will be a challenge because if it's hair metal, it's going to be hair metal. It's going to be corny
Oh,
and just overdone and really stupid stuff and heavy metal rules. That song from this
oh
album,
my God.
Projects in the Jungle by Pantera, yeah, it drilled its way into my mind as it was playing, and I was like, I will never forget this song. It's called Heavy Metal Rules.
So shrill. Like it is like heavy metal bands back then. And God, it hurts to even call them heavy metal because heavy metal is totally different now. Back then, heavy metal was you just had to have a singer who could hit the high notes, and I'm not sure why, but they all had to do it. And that's like that was an absolute requirement of heavy metal back then. And they proved that they could do it. When I say they, I mean their other lead singer. So people don't know this too. There was a lead singer before Phil Anselmo named Terry Lee, something like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
Terry
something
Lee.
like that.
Yeah, yeah. And hey, he didn't have a bad voice. He was a glam rock singer, and brother hit his high notes, man. I'm looking up his name right now too, by the way. So yeah, I think it's Terry Lee something. Terry Lee Blaze is his name, but he just went by Terry Lee on this album.
It's a Timu version of Tommy Lee.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, so we'll just get right into it. So
Yeah.
yeah, but other than that, we did Hollywood Vampires, which was is Johnny Depp's band, and Taylor Swift. Uh,
Oh wait. Sorry. I fucked up the guy's name. I want to show respect to the guy. He it sounds kind of dirty. His name was Terry Glaze.
oh,
Yeah,
Terry
Terry Lee
Glaze.
Blaze. Yeah. I wanted to get it right. That's all. So for those of you keeping score at home, I'm looking up at it. I have another screen here. I'm looking up at other things here. My camera's here, so I'm not like losing interest in the audience and staring off. I'm doing solid research up there while we're talking. Terry Glaze. It's the guy's name. Oh, God, that's a good fucking T-shirt on unto itself. Just his picture, Terry Glaze. That'd be pretty sweet. Talk about obscure references.
Terry Glaze.
Anyway,
So
sorry, you were saying something about Taylor Swift too.
oh
What?
yeah, we did a Taylor Swift album. I knew it was coming. That was one of the ideas we threw around, and when we just started talking about this, I mean, you've been doing this longer than I have, but I was just like, oh my God, we're gonna have to do a Taylor Swift thing,
Yeah, yeah.
and the subsequent death threats that we'll get from her cult after what we have to say. But
Dude,
like,
she might be so powerful with her cult that we won't get threats. We'll just disappear, and
yeah,
we'll just be like clean. Like the people, no one will even know we ever existed. She's that powerful now.
yeah.
We'll just disappear. Sorry. Nice knowing everyone. Episode 3.
Yes.
All done.
But the so we do 3 albums a week, so and not a whole lot of homework either. I don't dig into like this isn't like a biopic
Right,
of
right.
review of stuff. It's just subjective, and it's whatever we subjected ourselves to bring you this entertaining show.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, Pantera Projects in the Jungle was interesting. I passed it. Um, and I'm actually surprised that they didn't get more traction with it because it's really not that bad. I was expecting it just to be the cheesiest, like beyond Striper,
Yeah.
uh, level of
Like you
cheese.
guys wish you were fucking as cool as Striper.
Yeah, but I mean, I heard the Dimebag obviously was a virtuoso right out of the box because this is the second album by them. I couldn't find a copy of the first one, Metal Magic, but
I'm sure it was magical though.
yeah, I'm sure it was magical. But this had if you're a Pantera fan, you would be like, I do recognize what's going on here because Dimebag is a shredder and there's double bass in glam rock here. So,
Mm.
Vinny's doing his thing, and it was, I could party to this album.
Oh, for sure.
If it was playing in the background and Nirvana was another selection, I'd be like, oh, give me the Pantera, man. I want to have fun.
That's a fucking great point, dude. That is a great point because that's really what hair metal and glam rock was all about. They just wanted to have a good time. Don't want nothing but a good time, man. That's what it was all about.
Yeah.
Big hair, lots of makeup, no no shits to give attitude, lots of booze, lots of drugs, lots of sex, just party all the time.
Yeah.
And yeah, Nirvana's like, no, let's all sit around and sip a stout slowly before we pass out and take a nap
Yeah.
because we're bored with each other, you know.
At the coffee shop and just fuck the fucking corporations and the music industry, even though I just got $1 million fucking
Yeah,
dollars for our
yeah.
latest
But pay me
release.
anyway.
Yeah. So I mean, this was a more fun time, 1984. So that's when it was released. You can definitely hear it in there. I mean, that's and like I said, just the duo of Vinny and Dimebag is very clear, and also Dimebag's one of his biggest influences was Eddie Van Halen, and there's just one song that's just a ripping solo, and I heard Van Halen in it so thick, like it was
Yeah, yeah, I
crazy.
agree. Yeah, yeah.
So that's what I got out of Pantera.
Panther. I like to call him Panther.
Panther. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I also I thought the album was pretty cool. So a little bit of background is one of my favorite albums of all time, and it's kind of nostalgic because I was a kid when I got it. But it also signified the end of their quality music. Was Def Leppard's Pyromania.
Mm,
I can still listen to that album top to bottom today. I love that album. It's so great.
yeah.
Lots of stories about that album that I will not get into, but anyway, so there's Def Leppard and that signature sound they had before they went all poppy and sucked. Like there's a famous joke, you know, what has 9 arms and sucks? Def Leppard. So
Yeah, my dad told me that.
I know it is a dad joke now. That's how fucking old we are. It's a dad joke now. But
Yeah.
anyway, but the other influence that, or the other, so when I listen to this album, uh, Projects in the Jungle, enter 1984, featuring Terry Glaze on vocals.
Glazemeister.
Yep, Mr. Glaze. That's his born name, Mr. Glaze. Uh, anyway, is that allowed? Anyway, so Def Leppard and then Motley Crue. This album was for sure they're either they got together as a band and strategically thought we got to fit in with this fucking sound, man. This LA, this hard rock metal sound. We got to fit in. We can't go crazy with it because Dimebag Darrell had other thoughts in his head probably. And Phil Anselmo hadn't shown up yet. But when I listen to this album, every song to me had a clear influence of either Def Leppard Pyromania or Motley Crue, like Shout at the Devil.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, that one instrumental where Dimebag Darrell is just like, everyone get out of the fucking room. I'm going to crank this thing up to 11. I'm going to play it as loud and as fast as I can. Just give me 2 minutes, guys. That's it. And speaking of hearing things, I hope you guys can hear this. My dog is having, sorry, OCD moment. My dog's having dreams over here and he's going, so
That's
I'm
awesome.
not going to edit that out.
Oh no, I love it. I love it when pets dream. It's just
That's
so
Ace
funny
the
to
dog.
watch.
Ace,
Ace.
he's going to be more famous than we are. I'll put a picture of Ace up here now.
Yeah,
Uh,
we need a pet cam too because
yeah.
I'll be accosted by one of our shit weasels pretty soon. Crimbus is sleeping down by my legs, and you know the
Crimbus, the feline shit weasel.
yeah, he's a big shit weasel. But I was gonna say too that I said earlier that I'm surprised that they didn't get that much traction. But there is
Mhm.
a geographical anomaly called Texas, and
Oh,
you don't really need to leave that state if you're well known, like the Toadies, like
good
Reverend
point. Yeah.
Horton Heat, like Butthole Surfers. They stayed in that microcosm of America, and it's so large, and there's so many big cities that it's pretty easy for people to get gigs and just never really leave the state. So yeah, the Hollywood thing was going on with all them dinguses, from Poison and
Yeah.
Warrant and all that bullshit.
Yeah.
But I think they probably were a bigger force. It's just that the Hollywood execs didn't know about them apparently. Um, until they got their signature sound, which was Phil Anselmo on vocals, and that
Yeah.
changed everything because this was clearly hair metal. The
Oh
the
yeah.
spreading the glaze.
Spreading the glaze, shooting the glaze, Terry, shooting the glaze. Oh man, I want to imitate his high pitched voice, but I wouldn't survive it. My head would pop clean off if I tried to hit any of his high notes. But yeah, that's clearly what it was. It's just glamour. We gotta be Crew, we gotta be Def Leppard, and we gotta fit in. And I'm glad. So the good news for everyone is that when grunge came around and killed glam rock, which was good news unto itself, that's when Pantera really kind of took off too. Like their new
Yeah,
sound of metal, like this is not glam, this is fucking heavy metal, guys. This is heavy, and it was compared to everything else, it was heavy, and that spawned a whole new genre of metal beyond what was glam rock and Poison. I never eaten Bon Jovi, all that stuff. Man, it wasn't even hard rock. So poppy and glammy. I hated it all.
oh yeah,
Anyway, but hey, it
that
was nothing but a good
that,
time, right?
that nothing but a good time. How can I resist?
Yeah. So I had on that album, uh, I had a couple of notes. Oh, you know what I thought it was interesting too is like we're talking about how this album needed to fit in with that Hollywood Sunset Strip theme and style. Is when this album came out, right after this album came out, Motley Crue came out with their album. I forget what it was, but it had "Home Sweet Home" on it, and that's when the monster ballads started coming out.
Theater of Pain.
Yeah. Theater of Pain. And so when this album came out, and maybe, and I don't know, but maybe right as it started catching traction with that crowd, it switched again to, oh, we need some power ballads, guys. Scorpions, you do it too, okay?
Yeah,
Okay, like I can barely sing in English, let alone do a power ballad. Well, all right, power ballad. Rat had a power ballad. All these guys had power ballads. But man, the reason I bring that up is because I think that one when this one would have hit it fairly big, would have gotten some recognition. That's when no, they turned the page. Oh, everyone's got to do it. Baby, there's no ballad on this album. I can't release it. I can't. I can't market. This is no ballads. It's all screaming Terry Glazin and stuff, and I can't do this. So
yeah, and I'm sure that the antics of Pantera was so legendary that they made home movies of their how wild they were on the road, and I'm sure that it was the same way with this because this wasn't just like a demo record or some shit like that. It was pretty produced, so it means that they
yeah,
were out there doing the road dog thing and making a life for themselves. But I'm sure that the the hedonism and the partying was off the charts even back then because if you were in a hair metal band you had that image to uphold, which
oh
was
yeah,
like, oh, carefree, like it's all about booze and babes and I want to rock and roll all night and party every day.
Woo! Yeah, love that. Woo!
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I can't. There's not enough cocaine to go around in the '80s. There just wasn't enough to go around, man. And I'm sure they had their fair share. I shouldn't say I'm sure. I don't know. Maybe they were like Bible thumpers. Who knows? Maybe they drank holy water for all I know, but probably not. I bet they probably did plenty of drugs. Just a guess. I know Phil Anselmo did when he showed up. Goddamn.
oh yeah, that's a whole other story
Yeah, yeah.
with that guy.
That's
But
for those who do music history podcasts. I recommend you music history podcast nerds do a whole like 5 hour piece on Phil Anselmo. Just do that. I'm not even going to get into it. I know you're. I know. I
easy
already know you're.
peasy. Easy peasy because he just kept getting screen time when he was whacked out
Yeah,
on pills. But hey, he had a redemption arc, so
yeah,
he also gets the same treatment as Fred Durst in my book. Even
yeah.
though
I
I
agree.
have a resentment, it is he pulled his head out of his ass eventually, so
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
fine. But this was a different type of Pantera. It was
yeah.
cheesy, yeah, but would I listen to it when I'm partying? Absolutely,
Oh hell
because
yeah! You know, I also got out of it that, like I said, the Motley Crue, like "Shout at the Devil." I don't mind that album. That's all right. That's like a real good rock and roll album. Good metal for the time. Def Leppard, like I said, Pyromania is great, and this fits in with those. So musically, I got through this album without any real problem. There are a few
yeah,
points where Terry Glaze that got a little shrill for me, but I also had the thought of, oh, what's the genre? Like, I get the genre, so it's part of. I expected it going in. I knew it was going to be something like that because it had to be. It was 1984. So, but I did get a few hits of Dimebag in his playing that album where it just sounded like he wanted to go a little bit deeper, man. Like he just wanted to go a little bit harder, a little bit darker, a little bit deeper than he was allowed to do to fit this genre. But he held off and like said, no, I'll save that. Like that day's coming.
Yeah,
But
yeah, because it wasn't, there was some, you know, lead guitar attacks in some
yeah,
metal, but it wasn't over the top like what eventually his signature sound was. Like he
yeah,
put a solo in every fucking song.
yeah,
This one was like his solos were clean and almost staged, rather
yeah.
than
Like rehearsed as opposed to just cut me loose. Give me 24 bars and cut me loose, and then I'll send it back to you. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, exactly. And so, that was good. But you mentioned cocaine earlier, and I wanted
I
to tell
did.
you, yeah, he said there's not enough cocaine in the 80s for whatever I'm paraphrasing, but for this next one, Hollywood Vampires
Oh,
had so
yeah.
much cocaine involved that my face went numb while I was listening to it. Um, so for just a little brief,
Great.
description here, Hollywood Vampires is the band of Johnny Depp, which is pretty infamous in that it exists. And
That's a good one to
surprising,
put it.
yeah, it's not one that I thought it was going to be one of those where it's like, Johnny, you're just not cut out to be a musician, bro. Like seriously, no. But how could Johnny Depp do something that's cheap? Unless he was just like, well, I've got this other side to me that's like a straight up, like hardcore punk from the '80s, and that's what I'm gonna do. No, this wasn't that. This was the Hollywood free for all. So I mean, the list of cameos that I got from it was Perry
Oh yeah.
Farrell,
Yep.
resident weirdo of Jane's Addiction.
Yep.
Robbie Krieger, he's from the
Yeah, I thought
Doors,
that was cool. Yep. That he is.
and of course Dave Grohl.
Yeah.
Uh,
He's on everyone's album when he's not
yeah,
producing
if
his
there's
own
if there's a
put together albums.
Probot, like
Yep.
he
Yep.
loaded that one with cameos. And then Joe Perry, is he from
That's
Aerosmith?
Aerosmith. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. Yeah, the main core of the band is Johnny Depp, Joe Perry, and Alice Cooper. They're like the main three guys in the band.
okay. Well, Paul McCartney also made an appearance, and Joe Walsh slash Brian
Yeah.
Johnson. I mean,
Oh yeah. Oh,
this is
sorry,
like,
foreshadowing. Go ahead.
yeah, this is the big guns got brought out for this project. Yeah, and right away, the first thing is Christopher Lee, of course, because he was like best friends with Johnny Depp and stuff like
Oh,
that.
I
So
didn't
he
know that.
does, yeah, like
I didn't know that they were tight. Oh,
they've been in a lot of movies together, especially Tim Burton films.
oh yeah,
And
yeah.
so I think behind the scenes they were actually really good friends, from what I heard. And I don't think that there's. I passed this album. Just,
Success.
yeah, success, because I was gaming and I was just listening along with it, and I it was a novelty. That's what they are. They're a novelty. Most of it is cover songs, so that's, hence the Paul McCartney, and a particular song that pissed you off, didn't it, Chili?
Oh, did it ever? It has since the first time I ever heard it. Do you want me to go into it now, or do you want me to? You got
Yeah,
more to
yeah.
say? Well, all right. So yeah, I don't want to spoil it too much yet, but The song that angered me the most by far, and it has angered me my whole life. If you want it, here it is. Come and get it. Son of a fucking bitch. If I never hear that song again, I swear to God, that song makes me furious. That is in my bottom 10 songs of all time list. Right up there with like Let's Hear It for the Boy by Denise Williams and like I Want Money, Lots and Lots of Money. Whoever the fuck sang that stupid one hit song. Oh my God, dude. I
Yeah, or
can't that song.
Ballroom Blitz for me. I fucking hate
Oh
that
yeah,
song. Just
that's a
in
pain in the ass too. But it's
with
not that doesn't crack my bottom 10. But I certainly wouldn't choose to listen to it. But god damn, I hate that song so much. Anyway, I'll get back into that in a second. So when I listened to this album, I was trying to keep myself busy. I was doing some work, listening to the album in the background, but trying to pay attention to it because I want to really like I want to give it a fair chance. I don't want it to pass just because I wasn't paying attention. Oh, I got through. Oh, the album's over already. Oh, I didn't hear a word, but I'm done. So I did pay attention, and when I heard Christopher Lee in the beginning, I'm like, oh, cool, Dooku's here. That's cool. Count Dooku made it.
yeah,
But then even that introductory track about I don't know, whatever it was,
meeting
scary
the devil
vampires.
or
Yeah, just scary vampire things. Like
yeah,
it's Vincent Price take. It just had a dumb. It was just dumb. Like it wasn't profound and it wasn't like. Anyway, but I got through that. I mean, that was track one. It wasn't even a song, so I got through it. But Whole Lot of Love, I thought that now that when we talked last time, they redid Whole Lot of Love by Led Zeppelin. And I've said before, Led Zeppelin's my favorite band of all time. That's one of their greatest songs. The cover that these guys did of it made the radio down here in Southern California. That's where I first heard of Johnny Depp's band, Hollywood Vampires.
oh
So I'm like, oh,
wow,
that's cool.
okay,
And so I heard the song on the radio and I thought, nah, it's all right. It sounds like a bunch of guys that wanted to cover it, but weren't good enough to really cover it the right way. Because, when you cover a song, which we've both done, when you cover a song, you can either cover it to the note to where it sounds like karaoke, or you can put your own spin on it to where it sounds like yours, but you took a brilliant song and made it fit into your life, or you made it
yeah,
better, or you made it worse. But you fit it into what you want it to be. Tons of great examples of that. And this one, I thought it just sounded like a bunch of guys like, well, we'll make it our own because we can't play it right. You know?
yeah.
So that's what I get out of that song. And no offense to Joe Perry, he's a really, really phenomenal guitarist, but I don't know if Johnny Depp can keep up, and I don't know, man.
I don't. You know what? I listened really hard for the rhythm guitar because I know that Johnny Depp plays rhythm guitar.
Yeah.
So it was virtually non-existent, and I think that the biggest addition that he brought to the band was I believe that "Break On Through" by the Doors by them was sung by Johnny Depp because it sounded like it.
Oh,
And
it might have been.
if that
I
was
don't
the
know.
case, it was pretty good. I'm pretty sure. I didn't, like I said, I don't do a lot of research on it. I'm just listening.
Yeah, yeah.
And
And if you guys know, leave it in the comments. Let the rest of the listeners know. Fine, but
yeah,
again, this is not music history. Let the
yeah.
world know. You can be the smart one in the room. Okay, we don't
Fact,
need to be that.
fact check us.
That ship of us being the smart guy in the room has sailed. Go ahead.
the 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 only reason why I knew about this band a long time ago was because River Phoenix died outside of the club that Hollywood Vampires was playing at while Al Jurgensen was also. So like I said, this is a Hollywood free for all basically. Whenever they'd play, I'm sure that anybody who knew how to play could get up there and just
Yeah,
do
yeah.
whatever. It wasn't, it was just them having fun and just, doing the club thing. But I've read Al Jurgensen's book, and he said that he was totally tossed. Wow, shocker! And he literally tackled Johnny Depp while Johnny was playing the guitar for just no reason, and not out of like Perry Farrell beating up what's his name recently.
So, dude.
But
And by
but
beating up, you mean taking a girly swing at him while he's trying
yeah,
to.
yeah, a couple of little slaps. You vicious brute. And but then they said that the next thing they know, there's cops everywhere, and it's because River Phoenix died of a heart attack or whatever outside of the club. And
Yeah, it was right in front of the Viper Room. I've been to that club and I've walked through that doorway, and it's when you walk through, you walk up and you think, it's a Viper room, and then you walk through that doorway, because he died like right in the doorway, I think. And you walk through and you think, oh, that's kind of creepy, man. Like I'm walking where a guy died. Like he died right fucking here. I'm just walking through to see a band play. Anyway, yeah,
Yeah.
the Viper room on the Sunset Strip. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Anyway,
but
sorry. Go ahead.
that's how I knew that Johnny Depp had a band, and so it was, it was very interesting for me to listen to it, but like we're saying, it's mostly covers.
Yeah.
So and yeah, they just put their flavor on everything, and it wasn't exceedingly good, and it wasn't absolute trash either. So
Yeah. Yeah.
it's pretty good pass. Like I said, I wasn't just zoned out or anything. I was listening to each and every song, and I think there was a couple originals
Yeah.
on
Toward
there.
the end there were, and yeah. So that gets me onto my other point is, well, first I did want to say that the cover of "Whole Lot of Love," right? That's on
Hmm.
Led Zeppelin 2. I just wanted to give a shout out to a band that I don't particularly care for, but the band Train. I don't know if anyone knows this. They covered Led Zeppelin 2. The band Train, Drops of Jupiter, that sappy band,
Oh,
and
okay,
and it's
yeah.
dude. I took that on as a challenge by myself a long time ago when I heard about it. It's really, really fucking good, man. It's solid. Like even for Zeppelin fans like myself, I listened to that and thought, shit, they pretty much fucking nailed it. And it wasn't. It was mostly like covering it note for note, but there are a few things where I give it their own flavor. But it was good. So anyone out there want to listen to Train, they covered Led Zeppelin 2, and it's phenomenal and a whole lot of way better than sorry, Johnny and Joe and Alice and the rest of the guys.
Okay,
But man,
that's
it wasn't as good.
yeah, because
Um,
Drops of Jupiter, I hate that song. So maybe that's another challenge. Maybe that's another challenge right there.
yeah, yeah.
Train. I forgot all
I'll
about them guys.
I will give you that challenge. If you want to listen to Led Zeppelin 2, their cover. Anyway, it's really good. I was when I listened, I was blown away by how really, really good it was. It wasn't just like, hey, yeah, they did it. It was like, holy shit, they sounded really good doing it too. God damn.
Hmm.
So it was good. But back to the Hollywood Vampires. I thought Break On Through I thought they did a killer job on that. I thought it sounded really good and vocally, I thought it sounded really, really good. Um, then it got to, oh man. Now, the song, who's a Badfinger did the song, written by Paul McCartney. If you want to hear it, is come and get it. And it made me, I almost gonged the fucking album as soon as I heard the song come on because I hate that song so much. And I thought, and this is where subjectivity is overrun by emotion, right?
Right.
I thought, if you guys are so fucking dumb that you think that's a good song, I can't live in your world. Like there's no fucking way you can like that.
You're dead to me.
Yeah, you absolutely. You might as well. Yeah. So, but I gave it a go, man. I gave it a go. I gave it a go, and I got like halfway through it, and I could not take it anymore. I hate that song so much. Paul McCartney and John Lennon, some of the greatest songwriters of all time. But if I've ever had a knock on the Beatles, it's that Paul McCartney writes fucking children's stories. And
I'm not.
I don't dig his stuff. John Lennon, yeah. Paul
I,
McCartney, oh man, a lot of stuff I just don't dig lyrically.
I am not a Beatles fan at all. I don't. I've never liked them, and that's a hot take. Yeah,
That is a fairly unique take. Lots of people out
because
there like, of course, lots of people like Taylor Swift.
yeah,
Foreshadowing.
yeah, they do. Um, so we're gonna get to that in a second, but yeah, the Paul McCartney thing, yeah, I'm equally as just unamused with that guy,
Yeah.
and his
Lovely
whole
Rita, meet her maid. Oh fuck! All I can picture is a kid with a big fucking color, like 2 foot long book at bedtime. Lovely Rita, meet her maid. Fucking nauseating, and I don't know why. And I know I'm in the minority with that too. Paul McCartney is Lennon and McCartney, the most famous songwriting duo in the history of rock and roll. I get it, man, but John Lennon I dig a lot. Paul McCartney,
oh
some of the stuff's fine, but
dude,
man,
did you watch Walk Hard yet?
I have not watched Walk Hard yet.
Oh my God!
No,
Because
I've failed my homework.
the 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 Beatles are in it, and Jack Black is Paul McCartney,
Oh
and
Jesus!
Paul Rudd is John Lennon, and they
Jack
get this
Black as
big ass
Paul
fist
McCartney.
fight. Oh
He's
yeah,
great.
I'm
I got
telling
okay.
you,
I'm watching it this week. I will report back next week with a
it's just
full.
so relevant to everything that has to do with musical history. Holy
Yeah.
shit! And
So
it
it's
makes
relevant
fun
to
of
our
everything.
podcast, and I have. So we keep quoting fucking Slapshot, was a movie about hockey made in 1977. We can't stop quoting that, but I haven't watched Walk Hard yet, and it's directly related to what we do. I better get on it.
Yeah, that I just can't. I cannot
Uh,
suggest it enough. It is for everybody out there. Watch the Dewey Cox story. Walk Hard.
I'll
It
do it.
it just makes fun of everything that was. If you know about anybody's musical history, they make fun of it, and it's so perfect. It's so good. But yeah. So
I'll
props to
watch it.
John C. Riley.
Oh yeah, yeah. John C. Reilly. We touched on him last week too with his Dranzig and puppets and everything he's done. Step Brothers and Dr. Stephen Brule. He's such a fucking genius. I love that guy. But I want to finish the Hollywood vampires because I failed. I failed and I accused Paul McCartney. It's his fucking fault because I can't like never play Lady of Spain again. I can't listen to that song ever again. And it's not necessarily Johnny Depp's or Joe Perry's or Alice Cooper's or the other guy's fault. But I will say though, I wanted to give them a fair shot. I don't want to
Yeah.
come in here and say these guys suck because I honestly don't think they suck. Like if you knew a guy at work and he had a band and you knew they did some '80s covers or whatever, and you're throwing a big party, hey Johnny, want to come play the party? Yeah, we'll pay you like $300. Hey, yeah, and they'd show up and they'd be fine, they'd be good. You know that's kind of what I pictured this, but in a much bigger realm of like Hollywood. You know, like some Hollywood star. Hey, McConaughey throws a party. Hey, Johnny, you guys got a band? Come on, bring your band. We're having a big party. Just play the gig, and an hour. Then the rest of the time we'll do coke together. Okay, that'd be great.
Yep.
And that's what I got out of it. But so what I did is I gonged them during that fucking song. But then I went, okay, I want to hear the rest. I want to give them a shot. So I listened to the rest, and the next song sucked. It was Jeepster, and it sucked.
Yeah, Jeepster.
It was horrible. That's a song I looked at it by T Rex. Yeah, which I
Oh,
don't know anything about them, but that song sucked. But then it got better. Oh, now goes back to Lennon McCartney. Cold Turkey is a song that John Lennon wrote that I've always liked. And they did that. And I thought that they did a really good job with Cold Turkey, I thought. And then I listened to the rest. Manic Depression, it's a Jimi Hendrix song, but it's one of the ones that, like, it's a really simple, it's probably the only fairly simple song Jimi Hendrix ever recorded that's even coverable, unless you're a virtuoso. And it's all right. It's not even his best song. It's all right. And then Itchy Coo Park. I'd never heard that song in my life I'm looking it up now, Small Faces. That's the best song on the album, in my opinion. Itchy Coo Park. Don't know where that is. I don't know that I'd want to go to it. Sounds gross,
yeah. Sounds like
but it was good.
a day on the beach.
Day on a soiled beach
Hmm.
after a fucking oil rig explodes off the coast.
Yeah. Yeah. Um,
But I got that, and then the last one I'm going to talk about, School's Out, and a mashup of School's Out and Another Brick in the Wall. I could do with that. Alice Cooper's School's Out and Pink Floyd, greatest band of all time, maybe. But Another Brick, I don't know. Just the mashup was just kind of contrived and gratuitous. It was all right. Anyway, I lost. I failed. Paul McCartney failed me for the last time, I hope. But yeah, I did not get through the Hollywood Vampires because of Paul McCartney. I accuse him directly.
Paul McCartney was the garlic sprinkled onto the vampires.
Yeah, exactly. If you want to hear it, just come and get it. It's garlic. Tricked you, vampires. Fuck you.
Yeah, we just
Oh,
I just ruined you. Uh, so
wouldn't
yeah,
stake through the heart of the album.
I don't like anything by any of the Beatles. Like I just don't care. I don't
Ringo
like.
Starrs.
Hey, his best thing was Caveman,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
hands
Even
down.
was Barbara Bach with him in that?
Uh, I don't remember. It's been like since the '90s that I watched that movie, but I
Yeah.
do. I was just like, wow, this is the greatest thing that Ringo has ever done. Like,
Yeah,
he's actually a
finally
good
he shows his
actor.
talent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's actually a good actor and he has a funny face. So,
Yeah.
it's entertaining to watch him do this
Yeah.
shit. But as far as drumming, he's
He
no
keeps time, and that's really it. Sorry, Pete Best, but
yeah,
Ringo
he's
keeps.
no Neil Peart.
No,
Um,
no,
so
no.
I just fuck the Beatles. Yeah, that's a hot take. Um, I I don't
You know
even want to
what's
challenge myself with one of their albums because I just
no.
don't.
Well,
I know I will fail it. I know I will
we'll
fail.
see. We'll see. I might throw Revolver your way. We'll see. Anyway. So, but for Beatles fans out there, and for non-Beatles fans such as yourself, there's a really funny movie that the Monty Python guys did. Some of them did, called The Ruddles.
Okay.
And Eric Idle, I think, plays the Paul McCartney character. I forget who the rest of the guys are, but yeah, it's actually a really funny mockumentary that I think came out in the mid '80s, probably. But yeah, the Ruddles, Rutles. I'll put a screen up in here.
Okay.
But
Cool.
yeah, yeah,
Never
that,
heard
that
of
was
it.
a funny movie, man. Very yeah.
So,
uh,
speaking
anyway.
of star power and celebrity, um, we decided to cover Taylor Swift in the uh, depressed poets department of the fifth floor of some shit building in Tennessee. I'm just
The,
adding shit to make
the,
it
the
better
corporate
because,
office, yeah,
uh, holy cow.
the depressed secretary's department from the corporate office on the fifth floor. I think it was something like that.
Yeah, that's what it was.
The
Okay,
tortured poets department. That's what it was.
tortured. Yeah,
Because she's so
man.
tortured.
I mean, it's rough. Having a private jet is definitely just a
Oh
pain in
yeah.
the ass.
I don't know how she gets through it with her busy life.
Yeah, how do you go on day to day when you're just like, well, I can fly to Spain tomorrow and I won't have to sit coach,
Right.
you know, Taylor Swift. eh, Man, this was okay, I'm just going to start off by saying that I did the old Chili Burns trick where I had to give it a technical pass because I did something intentional so I could not escape from it. So I was shredding zucchini to uh to make zucchini bread. So my hands are just, full of zucchini juice and I'm
You
doing the
couldn't
thing.
touch your phone with the speakers, right?
Yeah, I'm not I had it playing on
Oh
my
my goodness.
computer. I'm not touching my keyboard unless I wash my hands and everything like that. And I was just like, oh my God. About the fourth song in, I was just like, this is real. This is happening. I cannot escape and this is gonna continue. And it did. This
Oh my god.
was like the same song with different parts. It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
all the same stuff. Okay, this is corporate gold. Okay, this was a drum machine and a session guitarist and maybe a session keyboardist. But the guitar guy didn't do anything but play single notes and with the Coldplay method is what I'm gonna invent right now because a lot of these pop stars are ripping off Coldplay or just giving out the same. They're using the same techniques that the guitarist uses in there. So it was like, every once in a while there would just be this single note or maybe a couple of notes from a guitar, perfect sound, like this this
Yeah, yeah.
wasn't her jamming with a band. This never is. Apparently she started as a country star. I don't know what happened to that, but now she is just a complete pop star. And what I noticed about her is that I think that she's just hyper emotional and she writes down her feelings on a daily basis. So when she needs a new song, all
That's
she
good
needs to
too. Yeah.
do is go to her diary and pick random lines and put them together because they will mix. It's all the same shit. And boom, brand new pop song about breaking up with some shit. And there was some nuance to some of them. Like one of them, she was really pissed off about like a boy that she was dating that was preachy with the
Yeah,
Christian stuff, and I like it gave me this like view into her life where it was like if you remember the early 2000s in a place like Weston Ranch in Stockton, that was a
yeah.
brand new neighborhood of the future. They had these startup churches, and they were in, I called them box churches because they were renting out the gymnasium of the local brand new school,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they just go there Sunday morning and do their thing and didn't actually have a church or whatever. This is a big corporate thing. And the people were very preachy, but like most of the people in the crowd, you got more hugs than you ever wanted in your life from random strangers. Um, but you know, and I know this because my dad was in the worship team of one of the churches, so I just started jamming with him doing that right away. But this song is about that type of thing, and I was just like, man, I can almost I exactly see what she's talking about. So it was kind of like relating with that on a level. You know, I didn't meet anybody at church. I didn't date anybody from a church or anything like that. But
Yeah,
boy,
yeah.
she's pissed off about the Christianity of it. That's what struck me. I was like, is this an Antichrist song?
Is Taylor Swift the Antichrist?
Yeah, like
Revelation.
she was fiery. And then then there was the one about you know, the jail thing. But okay, Swifties. And I just watched a
Careful, you might
video.
you might end up getting disappeared. Better be
Yeah,
careful
I
what you say.
know. I'm, you know, I might get death threats for this, but there just recently Travis Klondike from the Kansas City Swifts. I don't
The
even know his
Charlestown
fucking name.
Chiefs. Yeah.
Yeah, Charlestown Chiefs. Is he proposed to her? TikTok went insane. Girls and women were shaking and crying and like experiencing rapture because she got proposed to by, you know, sports ball guy.
Yeah, sports ball meathead guy. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is like Prince Harry marrying fucking whoever for the Brits, you know,
Yeah.
and it was that significant, and like, oh my god, the fan, you know, outpouring was just kind of scary. So basically this hits on like from 11, 12-year-old girls up to like the truly brand beverage smashing sports ball mom, and they sing this shit in their fucking Mercedes crossover at the top of their lungs. That's what kind of music this is, and it was agonizing.
And they
It
feel vindicated when they do it. They feel so powerful and vindicated when they sing at the
oh
top of their lungs about breaking up with meathead guy or whoever it was before, Travis.
yeah, and pretty soon it's gonna be like Travis, yeah, babe, fucking break up with me. I need a new tour. I need a new album.
Yeah. I need new material, man. I need you to be a real dickhead for the next 6 months.
Yes, and I'm going to write about everything, and it's going to be exposed when
Hmm.
I go live with this bullshit.
Yeah. Oh,
And
I got a good idea for Taylor Swift too. What she should do before this next album comes out. Free advice to your publicist who clearly needs my help.
yeah, right.
Is just don't show up to two consecutive Chiefs home games. Just don't show
Oh,
up and
oh my
have the whole
God.
crowd wondering where is she. The announcers, Jim Nance, where is Taylor Swift? Everyone's gonna be wondering where is Taylor Swift. Oh my God, where? And it'll be the headline. I'm telling you, that's fucking gold right there.
The
And then
entire
show up
crowd.
after 2 weeks with whatever you want.
They're just going to be
And it was,
like up at the
yeah.
box. Oh yeah, sports ball's going on, but Taylor's not there.
Patrick Mahomes could throw for 9,000 yards in the game and no one would know because Taylor Swift wasn't there. 9,000 yards and 47,000 touchdowns in a game. That's a record. But Taylor Swift wasn't there. But Travis Kelsey was there. And he may have been
Threw
crying on the sideline. No wonder he
9,000
only got four.
yards.
Yeah. I told you guys last week I know everything about sports ball. I just don't live it like I used to.
Right. Yeah, well, Uh, it's crazy. If you watch the fans of Taylor Swift, it's like, please, make sure that they don't get semi-automatic guns or anything like that, because some of them are crazy, like mentally and emotionally. Just they hang on everything that this woman does, and
Yeah.
it's like I don't. I no, this isn't like an isolated incident. You remember that the Beatles on
Familiar with them, yeah.
um, the the
The
American show,
Beatlemania.
whatever, I can't remember
Oh
his.
yeah, the Ed Sullivan Show. Yeah,
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 the Ed Sullivan show. The girls
yeah.
were going so crazy that the guys in the room were like, "Oh my god, what the fuck is going on?" Like they could bum
Yeah.
rush the stage,
I don't know if I'm gonna
like,
get laid or get. I could get laid or killed. I don't know which one's gonna
yeah,
happen.
they're screaming with happiness, but there's tears rolling down their face like they're having a absolute meltdown. And
Yeah.
it's been that, like, Backstreet Boys, New Kids on the
Oh,
Block,
oh,
and all that
oh.
stuff. They all had
The
the
only
same
fucking
kind of
thing about
thing.
it, internet, were those. I don't know, man. New Kids on the Block, that kind of Backstreet. I don't know if that. So internet. I'm just telling you now. That challenge is probably not going to happen because there's absolutely no fucking way we get through it. Sorry, I had to put that warning out there to the world because fuck you. That's why it's not getting that out of us. But we'll see. And now maybe we have to. Sorry, I might have ruined it for you. Go ahead. Go ahead. I digress.
Uh,
Go ahead.
let's go with a real stinker like NSYNC.
I don't know which
Yeah.
one's worse. I don't know. Out of all those boy bands, I don't know. You know what? Actually, might be a good challenge. Check. Hear me out. We pick a boy band, and then we pick a K-pop band, a Korean pop band,
Yeah.
and then we see how far we get into either album
Okay.
or playlist. Probably don't have a playlist like NSYNC or New Kids or fucking whoever, Backstreet Boys versus K-pop, whoever. I bet I don't get through 15 minutes of either one.
And throw in Lady Gaga for some
Oh, she'd win for
spice.
sure. At least she can sing.
Pop Mania. Pop
Yeah,
Mania
at least
night. And
Lady Gaga at least has a good voice. Like she can actually sing. I don't know if that's the case with the NSYNC guys or any of the boy band guys or the K-pop. But I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
yeah, we'll have extensive meetings about this one,
Yeah, we'll go to the
because
corporate office on the fifth floor
yeah.
of the meet with the tortured Department of Marketing analyst of the fifth floor of the corporate office.
Yes. with with the anti off yourself nets below the
Yeah,
window,
yeah,
so you can't just open it up and
right,
jump.
right. Oh man.
Uh, but yeah, like, listen. By the end of it, I felt like Ren when he found the hammer when he had the happy helmet on.
Yeah.
I just wanted to start bashing myself in the head
Oh my god. I'm
with,
so angry. Yeah.
yeah, I'm so angry. And, like, I
Oh,
I went on to torture myself a little bit more because I'm a tortured poet,
yeah, yeah.
uh,
There you are.
on the fifth floor. So, I feel for you, Taylor. I feel for how fucking hard your life is. But, I checked out some other songs from other albums, and they are the same. The same
Wow, man.
fucking thing. It's like in the same key because that's what she can sing in,
Yeah, it's her vocal
or
range. Yeah.
whatever. So it's all very similar. It's not like she'll throw in a complete wrench into the fan every once in a while. No, this is all
Hmm.
this, like, processed cheese. Her music is processed cheese.
Every
Okay, it's
song is
fucking
individually
Velveeta.
wrapped. Every song is individually wrapped like a slice of American shit cheese,
Yep,
made of oil and
just
preservatives and food coloring and poison and salt and MSG and
yeah,
oh my god,
in a
yeah,
healthy dose of microplastics.
yeah.
Uh, so,
Did you forget to take the
man,
plastic off? I can't really tell. I don't know.
what, you there was plastic on it?
Yeah, I thought there's
Oh,
plastic in it. Well, yeah, there's plastic in it too.
I did have a little bit of a chewing problem, but
Yeah, yeah.
uh,
I did
it
spit some
tasted.
of it out
Once I got it going, I could taste the cheese.
once I got through the plastic.
Yeah, But
Oh.
Swifties, yeah, fuck your false prophet. Like, this was a technical pass. I would have quit. I definitely would have quit if I wasn't ankle deep in shredded zucchini. So that's the reason why I made it. And it was just after a while, it just wasn't even amusing anymore. It was just like,
Yeah, yeah.
uh, this sucks. So yeah, I
It's back to
don't.
being trapped in Guantanamo Bay and being forced with sleep deprivation and to do manual labor, like shredding zucchini and
Oh
listening to music
yeah,
that you
like
despise. Yeah.
yeah, Guantanamo. Fucking, this is gonna be a 48-hour Taylor Swift party for all
Mm.
you fucking Arab dudes and shit in there.
Mm. Oh my god. I
Oh
couldn't
man,
imagine. But you did. It was a success. So technically, you got through the whole thing. You didn't enjoy it, but you got through the whole thing. It's like
it's like
it's like drinking a bad beer that you're like, well, I'm not going to throw it away, but it sucks. You get halfway through and it's like kind of lukewarm. Like,
it's
I'm
like
not
a
going to throw
T
it away.
it's like a TKO in a boxing match.
Yeah, yeah, because he
Like,
had a cut above his eye, not because he was hurt. He just got a cut that was bleeding too much.
yeah, it's kind of like a, yeah, it's based on like, well, this one, it just
Yeah,
didn't
not like you
perform.
didn't want to answer the bell. It's just you had this cut that wouldn't stop bleeding. And they wouldn't let you bleed all over the other guy.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
this was like
Bleed all over him. Let him know you're there. Yeah. Well, man, I listened to this and I'm gonna try to give her as many props as I can because I still go back to. Then again, I just talked a bunch of shit about the boy band, so I don't know if my argument's gonna hold any fucking water here. But there are so many people that like Taylor Swift. It can't be all that bad. It just can't be all that bad. It's impossible for it to be that bad for that many people to like it. But I don't know. So the props I have for her, okay, here they are. In the first track, what she did with Post Malone, he was on that track, the first song, and I have to say, man, like,
I'm sorry. Yeah, Frost Mahoney did make an appearance. Uh, and does he ever sing without auto tune? Does he have a good voice? I don't know. I have no idea.
I think I've seen clips of him live, and he's actually a decent musician. Like he's not a virtuoso in any way, but he's one of those really creative guys. I think
Okay.
if he were to be, we talked about Tom Morello last week. If Post Malone were to be focused solely on guitar playing, he would probably be a Tom Morello type, where it's a bunch of effects, a bunch of creativity, but not a lot of, not particularly any more technical than anyone else.
Yeah.
Like not as technical as a douchebag like Yngwie Malmsteen or someone like that. Jesus
Oh,
Christ, I'll watch
right.
out. But anyway, but I think Post Malone, he's just one of those guys. He's from what I've seen, he's a really creative guy, and he just can't turn that off. And he's got to sing a song about this, and then he's got to do a country song, then he's got to do a rap song, then he's got to be in a movie, and then he was on an episode of fucking Ghost Adventures one time. Like, what are you doing here? I see a guy with face tats. I go, is that's fucking Post Malone? What is he? And he's a believe like he was on the show and he was all in, but he was good. I think he was as good as the other guys, probably better actually,
Well,
more
okay.
believable.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I'll let you get back to it, but this is a textbook definition of phoning it in. If he didn't contribute a goddamn thing to that song except for an auto tune, like robotic voice in the background. That's the only thing that I could hear from him, and I do remember that now that you mentioned it. I was just like, oh yeah, the guy with the fucking like
got the face tats.
yeah, the 4-year-old scribbled on him while he was passed out at a party, and
Yeah,
he's like, you know what, I'm gonna get that fucking tattooed on my face.
yeah, yeah.
But okay,
Yeah, that's a good idea. Face tats are always a good idea. Sincerely, Mike Tyson. Although it's working out for Post Malone and Jelly Roll, they got it going on, and there's some other. Anyway, I'm not even getting into that. That's so whatever. Anyway, so Post Malone, I think he's just one of those ultra creative. Not he's like the creative guy's version of a jack of all trades, master of none. Pretty good singer, pretty good musician, pretty good guitarist, pretty good songwriter, pretty good actor. Not great in any of them, but he does all of them, and he's good enough in all of them. So anyway, uh, so I bring that up because he was in the first song, and I don't really remember his act in that song because I was thinking, man, Taylor Swift's she's got a sexy voice. I can't help it. Girls in that song anyway, that first one, sexy sounding voice. I can see why this would sell. This appeals. And I didn't hate the song. I didn't like. It was called. I'm looking at a Fortnite featuring Post Malone.
Yeah.
Whatever. And no, it's not about the fucking video game, kids. It's not anyway.
No.
Anyway, so I got through that song, was okay. Then I listened more and I listened more, and I finally got to a point. I took notes like I always do. Um, oh, I had another. So the title track, she said something on a typewriter, and I thought at first, like, come on, man, just don't. It's so gratuitously poetic. It's not even poetic.
But she also says, who uses a typewriter anymore,
Yeah,
anyways?
yep. Later on, she redeemed that in the song by saying, "Who uses a typewriter anyway?" Well, then why'd you use it in the first place? You know,
Yeah.
just don't use it. Anyway,
Right.
but I bring that up because there were first we dropped her first F bomb in the album in that song, which I didn't know she dropped F bombs, and she dropped a bunch of them in this album. Foul
Yes.
mouth sailor talk, girl, but whatever. That's real. That's real life. So props for that. There, I gave her some more props. But the harmony in that song was really really good, really well done. And I talked about it last episode where it's a lost art, and I think it's not what sells her albums or her singles for that matter, but the harmony it was really good. And I thought again, Violent Femmes, fuck you guys. Go listen to this. Learn some of this and you guys will be way better. First of all, you can mask some shitty vocals with harmonization. You got 3 harmony tracks going together, you can mask some really shitty vocals. Like
Yeah.
David Lee Roth is not a good singer. Michael Anthony behind him, not a good singer. The two of them together harmonizing sounds pretty cool. Oh, Jamie's crying. Oh, it sounds fantastic. It sounds great, baby. You know, but
This is gold, baby.
this is gold. Diamond Dave. We're gonna call you Diamond Dave, baby. Anyway, but I did get through the third song. I had to check the clock because I was getting fed up. I looked at the clock. There were like 40 seconds left and went, oh, fight through it. Oh my God. And it was brutal, but I got through it. And then the song Down Bad, just fuck it over and over again. Not like Reggie Dunlop either. Just like fuck it over and over. It was like, okay, I get it. You're trying to sound like you're a regular person who says bad words and you're 6 feet tall and pretty, and I'm just not buying it. Like, I'm sure you've got your moments of rage, which is probably how you got where you are. Whatever. I'm speculating. So I got through that one, and then I got through So Long London.
Yeah.
That was pretty awful.
Yeah.
But I checked the clock, and in fact, I was looking it up here. So Long London, 4 minutes and 20 seconds. I looked at the clock. There's like 30 seconds left. And again, I went, oh, Saved by the Bell. Oh, you lucky ass. Okay, I'm gonna make it through. And so I kept getting through, and I finally. Before I go on, the song Florida, which she did. I'm looking at it again. Sorry, Florence and the Machine. I don't know who that is, but they were on Taylor Swift's album. That's her talk about your big break, baby. Oh, we're gonna make you a star, Florence, and the fucking machine over there.
Yeah.
You know, you and your machine there, Florence. But Florida, I almost did not get through that song because it was so shrill. Like it was Florida. It was just so awful. It didn't go well in the song, but I got through because it was so bad, I gave it like the MST3K effect. I was making fun of it so much that next thing I know, oh fuck, song's over. Oh, okay, well I guess I got through. And then so that song I thought was awful. Florida with
Oh.
3 exclamation points. Awful, terrible, terrible. And then after that I about had it with the music because you're right, it is kind of monotonous with the same feel to every song. I do also want to give her some props. Probably the last props I have to give her. In that she actually is a pretty good writer. Like some of the words that she chose, they weren't like 10-cent words. They were
No, I noticed
multi.
that too, that she
Yeah,
had some vocabulary in the music.
yeah.
Like she
Which
was using
leads me
big words.
yeah. And she writes her own music lyrically. She's smart. I'll give her that prop too. She's no dummy. She's super smart. And I thought that the for her subject matter, which doesn't really speak to me, the writing that she had was actually pretty good. I was impressed with the lyric, and it wasn't just the words she used; it was the rhythm of the poetry, I guess you'd call
Yeah.
it. It wasn't just a da 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 a da 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 da, a na 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 na. It was she would have a few extras in there, and it was a longer sentence. It was a longer line that would tie in with the next. It was. I thought that part was really. It was actually very clever, and very very good songwriting, lyrically, and the way she planned out the rhythm of those songs, the cadence and all that. So I give her huge props for that. That's undeniable. I can't deny it. She's a better songwriter than I am. It was as far as I could probably write more interesting lyrics that might vary in subject matter,
Well,
but I
I
thought it was
mean,
good.
the lyrics were, heartbreak. Like almost
Yeah,
90% of the time was about heartbreak. So that's
yeah,
just depressing, but it had like the, Britney Spears pop tone to it.
mhm.
And like I said, this is packaged processed cheese that like and hey, that they don't really have to pay a big band except for whoever goes on tour with her. But I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that's more of like a singing and dancing spectacle. I have no idea. I don't dare look into
Oh,
that.
I
But
dare you.
watch an entire Taylor Swift concert.
Yeah, I
Uh,
fucking dare you. Although I'm not buying you that fucking ticket.
but but you Swifties heard it, okay? Don't kill Chili. You can kill Blasto because I think she just sucks and her music sucks, and that was a horrible thing for me to do to myself. Um,
Those
it
poor
was to
zucchinis probably took it out on the zucchini.
Yeah, I shredded the shit out of them, but
Zucchini dust.
I got I got
I snorted
delicious.
it when I was done. It was
Yeah,
all powder. I snorted the zucchini.
I I crushed it up with a bunch of peyote
Yeah.
and went on a
Zucchini hog rail. That's another
yeah
feature.
zucchini hog rail for a spirit journey. But
Oh,
so yeah, that's that was the three
well,
for
hold on. I didn't give it away yet. After like I think after 9 tracks, I I got to the habit of I was looking at the next track title and I would read it and go, "Oh my god, he got to be!" And it was like, "Who's afraid of little old me?" And I
oh
thought, "You've got to be fucking kidding me!" And then that song was really corny. And then I can fix him. No, really, I can. Oh, shut up! Just stop it. And then the one that finally did me in, and I couldn't take it anymore, so it failed. I failed at the Taylor Swift full album challenge. Sorry, Swiftie.
yay!
I started listening to I Can Do It With a Broken Heart.
Oh,
And man, I got halfway through. I was like, okay, it's like I broke up with her right there on the spot. I don't care how pretty you are, I'm out. I'm out, and I couldn't do it. So I didn't, but I didn't go and I didn't do what I did with the vampires, the Hollywood vampires, and go and listen to more. I couldn't get out of the room fast enough. And I forgot to mention, I even gave her like what we call a rain delay in our sports ball.
sports ball.
Yeah, I gave her a rain delay where I had like midway through like the I don't know but Daddy, I Love Him song, I had to stop and go do some, like, let the dogs out before they crapped on the rug or something like that. So she got like a 15-minute reprieve, rain delay, and I came back kind of refreshed with a new cup of coffee and whatever and sat down and listened to the rest. By the way, the song But Daddy, I Love Him, the longest song on the album, probably the best song on the album, too. I was shocked. I thought it was going to be Papa Don't Preach, all redone by Madonna,
Mm-hmm.
but it was way more clever than that. It was a different message in it, which Swifties, already. Everyone else who doesn't care, don't worry about it. But that was like a surprisingly good song for how contrived I thought it was going to be. And it might only be because I had such low expectations going into the song when I read the title that I got through it. Oh, that's actually pretty clever. Oh, good job. But yeah, I didn't get past I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. Oh.
Like I
My
said,
niece is going to kill me, by the way. She's going to kill me. She loves Taylor Swift.
well,
Sorry,
yeah,
Mama.
a lot of people do, and that's
Yeah.
fine. Like it's like the Star Wars fans who really enjoyed the prequels. Um, you, it, I'm not telling you that you're wrong, but I am.
Right.
Um, so sorry, not sorry. It's one of those things
Sorry,
where,
not sorry.
yeah, like Taylor Swift is. I'm not telling Swifties that. they're wrong. It's just that I absolutely despise what I
Yeah.
heard, and there's no way in hell that I would go to one of her concerts, even if the ticket was
No.
free. I would absolutely turn this down because
Yeah.
I don't like the atmosphere of it. I don't like the vibe of her songs, but I agree with you that she's a smart woman. And
Yeah.
she's marketed herself so fucking well that she's
Yeah.
one of the biggest things since Michael Jackson, to be honest. So
Oh
that's
yeah, for sure.
major. That's major big time stuff there. I can't disagree that she knows how to write songs that relate to radio listeners.
Yeah, yeah. And it's really all about fitting your demographic. Like just like a Swiftie would never go to a Pantera show,
Oh no.
probably.
Yeah, probably not.
Pantera guy wouldn't go to a Swift concert unless he's looking to meet chicks, and even then, he'd only meet like 13-year-old chicks, probably, or
Yeah, yeah.
moms, which is not
Yeah,
going to work out either.
I'd rather go to a Luke Combs concert to, be
Yeah,
single
yeah,
than a Swift.
yeah, yeah. Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
But
So yeah, so you made it through Swift unbelievably. I can't believe you made it through. I'm shocked. I'm shocked in those poor zucchinis. I did not make it through. We both made it through Pantera's. Uh, was it Jungles? What the Projects in the Jungle?
Projects in the Jungle.
And then you made it through the Hollywood Vampires. I did not. I
Yeah,
couldn't get through the Hollywood Vampires. So you went 3 for 3 this week.
yeah, yeah, I did.
That's pretty fucking solid, man. I went 1 for 3. Wow, impatient.
Well, that's the challenge. That's the
Yeah,
challenge,
true.
I had to stick myself somewhere to get as far as I could through the Taylor Swift, and it just turns out that these zucchinis were huge. I mean, they weren't like the kind that we would cut up and fry. We made
Yeah,
zucchini bread out of it. Sweezel made the zucchini bread, which is like banana bread, only it's zucchini, and it's
yeah,
absolutely
delicious.
fantastic. It
Yeah,
is
I've
so
had it.
good.
It's quite delicious. Yeah.
So the labor was worth it, absolutely. But I think I went faster and faster, just like hoping that the music would stop, but but it just didn't.
Really, give
So
me more zucchini. This album's only like 16 songs in. Oh my god, I'm not done yet.
yeah, and okay, then
Give me an eggplant. Give me whatever you got. Give me a pumpkin.
we
Give me
made
a
the
fucking rock.
rule no box sets because the
Oh
initial
yeah,
one
no.
that I got was called the Tragic Dead Poets Society of the Fifth Floor anthology.
Oh yeah, yeah,
There
yeah,
was
yeah. That's right.
31
You texted
fucking
me.
songs on it.
Yeah, yeah. You texted me. I was like, no, 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 no. I don't need you hanging yourself today. Yeah, the
Yeah,
wrong one. Wrong one. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
was
I'm glad you. Yeah. That would. There's no way you would have. There's no way.
uh-uh. No. No. About 20 in and I'd just be like I don't know. I'd probably go out and have a confrontation with the cops or something.
Yeah, on purpose.
Like
Yeah.
completely
Cop
lose
driven
my mind.
suicide. He'd go out there and pull a gun on a cop just to get killed on purpose. Please kill me.
I'm Zeus.
It's pretty funny, actually. A guy wearing a Mastodon shirt just got through a whole Taylor Swift album. That's fucking fantastic, right there.
Like yeah, and I can't even make the excuse that well, my daughter's like 12 and I got to take her to the Taylor Swift show and this kind of
Oh,
stuff. It's like
can you imagine?
neither one of my kids even know who the hell she is or care because I raised them
Mhm.
right.
All right.
But
Yeah, it's funny. My son, his girlfriend, likes Taylor Swift, but I even talked to her briefly yesterday. Oh, Kitty, there he is.
yep, there's one of the
Shit,
shit weasels.
feline shit weasel. But
Oh,
so his girlfriend talked to me yesterday, and she goes, she likes Taylor Swift. She has all her stuff, and she goes, I only got through 5 songs on that album because I didn't like it. I'm like, oh wow. And she sent me a whole diatribe of why she didn't like it, and she's really smart. She made up a lot of good points. I won't go into them all now, but she's a brilliant girl, and she disliked it for different reasons, and figured that we would not like it because our age, we're musicians, kind of. I'm kind of one. You are one.
yeah.
But we would recognize things in the music that her demographic doesn't give a shit about. No, they don't give a shit about the standard chord progression that is in every song. They don't give a shit about, like I said, the Coldplay effect. They don't give a shit about that. They want to hear the lyrics, and especially if it's a girl that hears her problems in Taylor Swift's lyrics, that's going to speak to that girl. Whereas it does not compute with us at all, like not at all. No, and I was thinking about her voice. Last thing I'll say on Taylor Swift is she has a really good singing voice. Like I said, a downright sexy voice. Like I can't get around that. But she stays in tune. I don't think she needs auto tune. She's a talented. She's very talented. I can't get past that. I cannot. That is the absolute truth. She's very talented. But when you look at historical female pop singers that have made it big, and you think of the big voices, Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, who I despise Mariah Carey. Don't even fucking think about it. Fuck you, Christmas albums. Fuck you. Although I do have a good Christmas album we can listen to later on, but we'll get their seasonality and all.
Yeah,
like
Christmas is coming.
Oh, Crimbus is coming.
Crimbus is coming.
Like Whitney Houston, Janis Joplin, Pat Benatar, Ann Wilson from Heart. There's so many like really good, powerful female singers, but they didn't necessarily have a sexy voice, and they weren't necessarily good songwriters. Like Whitney Houston, I don't know if she wrote any of her stuff, but Whitney Houston had probably the best voice in the history of pop music. Like her voice is out of this world. But I don't know that she wrote any of her songs. And Taylor Swift does not have that voice. She doesn't have Janis Joplin's voice, et cetera, et cetera. Ann Wilson of Heart. But she has her writing style that fits a very significant demographic, apparently, to where, like you said, she's a billionaire. She's globally famous now. So, hey, it worked out. You don't have to have the biggest voice in the room. You just got to have, the best mix of voice to filling your demographic, filling the need out there, and writing the music.
Yeah, it's well, yeah, it's good for her. Good for her.
I guess
that she's
good for her, bad for everybody else.
Yeah, it's fine, but it's not for me. I will never listen to another Taylor Swift album again unless she comes out and does black metal.
Yeah.
Then it will be the same thing. Out of morbid curiosity, I will be like, okay, all right.
I know that this is not black metal, but it made me think with the recent passing of Ozzy, wouldn't it be great if Taylor Swift did like an Ozzy tribute album? If she did like 12 tracks of Ozzy and Black Sabbath's greatest hits? Like having her sing an Iron Man?
Yeah, I would listen to that
Sabbath,
too.
Bloody Sabbath. Bloody Sabbath would be a great one.
Bark at the Moon.
Bark at the Moon. Yeah. Oh, God. Mr. Crowley would be great, except I don't know who's going to play the guitar on that for her. But
well, Zakk Wylde's still kicking.
Yeah, true. Oh, man. Could you imagine Zakk Wylde and Taylor Swift on the same stage together? Oh, my God. I got to be a Hollywood agent. I got to make it happen, baby. It's superstar. Come on now. I love Zakk Wylde. Get him out there with the Taylor Swift and do the thing with the Black Sabbath and the Zakk Sabbath and he does the Zakk Sabbath stuff still too, which is pretty cool.
Yeah,
he does it properly. And the cool. He's on the Pantera tour. He's doing the Pantera trip thing, which probably I know he and Dimebag were like besties. They were like best friends. So
yeah, and on the Pantera, since we did Pantera, we can talk about Pantera. They when I heard that they were getting back together, at first I was like, fuck off. But then I was like, when they said Charlie Benante was on drums, they said that first, and I was like,
from Anthrax, right?
Now you're speaking my language.
Yep.
I can handle some Charlie. I know that guy can play anything you put in front of him. He can play it.
He's amazing.
And then it was Zakk Wylde, and I was like, oh shit, okay, this has my blessing.
Yeah, of all the guitarists out there, it had to be Zakk Wylde because there's nothing that dude can't play. You already know this about me. I'm a Zakk Wylde fan. I listened to his when he had the band Pride and Glory. That's a fucking great album. Go listen to that. Not a challenge at all. And then he put out a one called Book of Shadows. That's like an easy listening album where he was just trying to get me on the radio, man. Like I gotta get some hits here. Like I can't just be Ozzy's guitarist forever. And it didn't take off at all. And then he did. Then he just went, you know what? The last song of that album had a real heavy, like drop D tuning riff, and being the last track, I thought, you know what? That's him saying to the rest of the world, "Fuck this easy listening shit. I'm gonna go full on what I want to fucking do and play metal." And he did Black Label Society after that, and it's been history ever since. And I actually met him back at a show in Connecticut, way back in like '99, when he was still doing all the wrestling shit.
Yeah, yeah.
And he was a super cool guy, man. He signed the album, the CD, the album. Anyway, he signed 2 CDs for me, and I talked to him a little bit back in the day when I worked at ESPN. I gave him the ESPN banners signed by all the ESPN anchors and stuff. And oh, this is fucking great. I'll put this up in my fucking workout room. Oh my god, thanks. Okay,
Nice.
he went off. But yeah, anyway. I think having him as the guitarist for the Pantera thing is There's many, many great guitarists out there right now, but he and Dimebag were so tight that
Oh yeah, and it's a chef's kiss on that one. I mean that
yeah,
was the cherry on the top was just like that would be perfect. I would go see Pantera.
yeah,
Because
absolutely.
Pantera was the first concert that I ever went to.
No shit.
Yeah, in
Wow.
94, late 94 and or
Wow.
95. But yeah, it was amazing, but it's just one of those stories where, I saw the downfall of it as well, and I knew it was
Yeah.
Phil Anselmo, and Phil
Yeah.
Anselmo, if you ever meet me, please don't beat me up, but I thought you were the biggest douchebag for the longest time.
Please don't beat me up, but
Yeah, it's just, like, holy
oh,
shit, he went off the rails. And if somebody wanted to do a deep dive into Phil Anselmo, there is so much
oh yeah.
shit
Yeah.
out there about him, and it's good and terrible. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah. And
both worlds.
I wonder how much of it went to the grave with Dimebag and Vinny too. I wonder how much of that will never be known now. Because they had to have some inside scoop. They're like, oh, well, fuck, let's keep this in the wraps. We can't let the world know about this shit.
Well, I mean, I, I get it. He was saying like, well, in the early when I first started with Pantera, I was the show. I was beating the shit out of myself all the time. Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Like he was
Yep.
one of them guys that would do the head banging that required his entire upper torso. Like he was a maniac on the stage. If you
Yep.
watch that Monsters of Rock in Russia, when they do
Oh yeah.
Domination, oh my God, he's like a
That's such a great song.
he's like dynamite that goes off, and it's it's a force to be reckoned with. But then he got, because of his back, went out on him, and I guess back pain is just the worst thing that it could ever, plague anybody.
Apparently.
And then he somehow, well, he just got hooked on painkillers, and
Yeah.
painkillers and booze.
Oh,
That'll be
solid combination.
that'll that'll ruin you. And he just MTV kept on getting a hold of him and bringing him in for stupid shit, like like this one kid wanted to be a boxer, so they got Phil Anselmo to, you know what you fucking need to do, man? You need to get in there and fuck him up like harder, man. And then he just start blathering of this fucking nonsense, and I was just like, fuck this guy, man. What an
Yeah, he should.
asshole. But yeah, like I said, he came through a redemption arc with the new Pantera thing. He's sober now, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he's not he just stands there, which is weird because I have seen some of the live footage of
Right.
Pantera now, and it's kind of like they're definitely feeling their age and you know just doing
Yeah.
the
Zach
thing.
Wilde's sober now too. He can't. He doesn't drink anymore because the doctor told him if you drink anymore, you'll be dead very, very, very soon.
Yeah, I'm
And
sure it
like
was
if
one
I
of
were
those.
if I were Ozzy Osbourne's guitarist and Ozzy already had like 20 years on me, and my doctor tells me I'm going to die before Ozzy, fuck that. I'm quitting. I don't care what you tell me to do, doctor. I'm doing it. No way I'm letting Ozzy outlive me.
I think that might have been one of those classic like backstage transfusion type of things. Like your blood is so soaked in alcohol, we're going to give you new blood.
Yeah, could be. We're going to give
You
you
know,
Ozzy's blood because he's immune.
somebody give me Ozzy's blood.
Yeah,
I,
no
I
shit.
I will definitely go in for a transfusion just for one
Yep.
day of being in Ozzy's state. The fucking dogs have gotten mad and the kids have taken all my beer.
Sharon.
Sharon can't shit
Oh,
on Ozzy. He's fun to make fun of. We're not shitting on him though. He
I
was
love
the
Ozzy. I
Prince of
love Ozzy.
Darkness.
I'm.
Yeah.
That's like one of out of the musicians that have died in my lifetime, that's one of the hardest ones. BB King was really, although I mean BB King was like 88 or whatever it was, so or nine, whatever. But I saw BB King so many. That's one that really hurt when he went. Jeff
Yeah.
Healey, which most people probably don't know who fucking Jeff Healey is. And most people only know him as he's the guy that played guitar in the movie Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze, right? Yeah, that's him. But fuck, that's the first concert I ever went to. That is the most, and I'm saying this almost as it is undeniable fact. I'll say probably, he is probably the most underrated guitarist ever walked this fucking planet. He was so good. He was so much better than everybody else. He's a great songwriter, but like there's an album of his which I don't know that would be a challenge for you, and we should get into that in a second too because we're running out of time. But he did an album that's called Cover to Cover, which is all cover songs, and the vast majority of them are better than the originals because of his guitar work.
Is he
He
blind?
is incredible. What's that? Yeah,
Is
he
he
was
the?
blind. He played with the guitar in his lap. And he played it like this
Yeah.
piano
Yeah.
kind of. So which gave him a really big advantage of bending strings because this versus but seeing him live was amazing. The song "See the Light" by him is probably the best guitar song I've ever heard in my life, and
Ooh.
that's putting it up against like "Voodoo Child" by Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah. Or a
It's
whole lot of
it's
Rosie.
yeah. Fucking love that song.
Oh man.
But Jeff Healey, look him up. He had like one hit and it was a stupid ballad that I'm sure he hated playing live. But man, he had some killer songs, some killer covers too. I wouldn't even go into it anyway. That's enough of that. That'll be another album for another time that will not be a challenge for me. But uh, we need to get on to the challenges of this week, and
Yes.
I have a couple lined up.
Okay.
Do you have any lined up for me yet? Because I got a couple.
I I have a suggestion.
All right, you go first. What's yours?
Nirvana, Bleach.
Oh, I don't think I've ever listened to that all the way through. That
I
is
haven't
pre
either.
Nevermind, right?
That was the one before. No, it was on a really limited budget.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
it was and I'm not a huge Nirvana fan. So like I like some of their songs, but most their vibe just turned me off.
Yeah,
And so this is like their like before they were a major success with Smells Like Teen Spirit. Like
yeah, yeah.
this was kind of an underground thing, but it was big enough to be re-released and just get the love that it
Yeah.
went into it. But I don't know if I'll be able to take it, so it is a challenge.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Like I'll do that. I'll do Nirvana Bleach though. I've heard of it and I know I've heard some things off of it, but I don't think I've ever listened to the thing cover to cover. But on the note of Nirvana, with all the Seattle bands that came out back then, I thought they were the worst grunge band out of all. No offense, Kurt Cobain. I thought Kurt Cobain was a good songwriter, not a good musician. I thought
Yeah.
Dave Grohl was the best musician in that band. When I first
Oh
heard
yeah,
Teen Spirit, I heard the drum went, oh, "Fuck, that guy's really good." And he'll say, "No, I'm not. I'm not that good of a drummer." Come on, you're good.
yeah,
But anyway,
yeah.
but I thought Soundgarden was better. Alice in Chains is probably my favorite one of the Pearl Jam. Their first album was great. 10, one of the best debut albums of all time, right up there with Boston, like we've talked about a million times. And then Alice in Chains Facelift, I fucking love that album. I can listen to that top to bottom, no problem. Still, but Nirvana,
It's a
Nevermind, not so much.
Yeah, no, and I've heard Nevermind so many times
Yeah, yeah,
because I listened to it when it first came out, and that was the thing. But it was just like I knew of this shitty album before it called Bleach, and so that really does sound like a challenge for me. And
yeah.
it's I'll dedicate it to my son, who is a Kurt Cobain fanatic now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, so he's this will be dedicated to him
I'll do it
because
for him. Hey, for that kid, that kid's a beast. I'll do it
he yeah he he'll rub it in my face and
as long as they don't
it'll be
kick my
fun.
ass if I don't get through it. I don't need your son beating my ass.
He is a beast. I mean, he's like probably 5 inches taller than me. It's like, geez, boy.
Stop beating me,
But
fucker.
okay, what you got?
I got all right. So I'm going to give you a choice.
Ooh,
There are these are very different. One of them, this guy was hugely famous. There are people that have tattoos of his logo and his, or maybe not his logo, but his like his brand on him. I've seen it in action, and I'm blown away. And if you do this challenge, I'm going to do it too. I personally do not like anything I've heard by the guy, but I'm willing to let you find the best album he has and go for it. The artist I'm talking about is Jimmy Buffett.
Oh,
Hugely famous. Dude was hugely famous back in the 90s. Actually, he started like in the 70s, whatever. Hugely famous. Fucking Margaritaville. You can pick that album if you can get through that song. Oh, man. I don't know. I might have just jinxed it. I might not be able to get to it just for that fucking song. I hate it so much. So there's Jimmy Buffett. Whatever album you choose,
okay.
you gotta let me know. Or, now remember, I'm giving you a choice to keep that in your Rolodex there, or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I'm making
The other one
notes.
is this guy is an Australian turned musician turned actor. Lived in Malibu, and I know somebody who worked for him, and he's a nice guy, but said he's kind of creepy. He had a couple of radio hits that are hugely famous, and he's not so famous anymore. But women still send him shit for him to sign, and these are like the women are like 75 years old now, still sending like panties and shit to sign. Here, sign my bra and send it back, and he does it. He's a great guy, apparently. Creepy. His name is Rick Springfield.
Oh, I
Jesse's
know of
girl
him.
name, and yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And then so there's those two, and then the other one. This lady, I believe she's British. She is a member of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So how can you go wrong, right?
All
How
right.
can you go wrong? She has a hit song, several hit songs, I guess, and one of them was made hugely famous by the show Stranger Things.
Ah,
Kate Bush, the song "Running Up That Hill," which I did not know at all until I watched the show, and I thought, "What the fuck is this song? Why do they keep playing this? Oh my god!" Then I find out that she's pretty fucking famous, and then she gets elected into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I thought, "You gotta be shitting me! She fucking sucks."
weren't we gonna do a show about like bands that got into Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and never should have? Because like I don't know who's behind the scenes, but I have heard of a lot of bands getting passed up that I'm like, yeah, they should have gotten it, but then some unknown fuck comes along
Yeah,
and takes the honor. Kate Bush, who the fuck is that? You know?
she's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, man.
Oh wow.
Yeah, all I gotta say about this is you don't have to like either of these people, but Kate Bush is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Jethro Tull is not.
Yeah,
Like take
right.
with that what you will.
Yeah.
But
Uh,
yeah, man. So those are your choices. You can pick two of the three. You got Jimmy Buffett, whatever album you want. Rick Springfield, the one with at least one hit on it. Jesse's Girl, or I forget the other hit. Anyway, he's got like two or three hits. Or Kate Bush because she's a rock and roll fucking Hall of Famer, and she has at least a hit that's in the Stranger Things show.
well,
Take
I
your pick.
was I was gonna suggest that we do ladies' night in the next couple of weeks, and
Oh, okay.
showcase female-led bands, which technically Taylor Swift could have made into that, but
Yeah,
no more like like L7,
yeah,
Girls'
that's a good idea.
School,
Yeah, yeah.
um,
Girls'
you
School.
know,
Yeah, Girls' School.
Pat Nebitar, um, and
Heart. You got Heart in there.
yeah, Heart, yeah,
The Bangles.
Babes in Toyland too, which was
Oh yeah,
I'm thinking about revisiting them because for some reason I thought that they had a really catchy song that I liked back in the 90s, but I obliterated my brains with alcohol and drugs, so I don't
well,
quite
there's that.
remember. But
How about
yeah,
oh, what was the other one? The Runaways. Joan Jett and Lita Ford are both in that band. Solid.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, and
Bananarama, maybe not so much. The Go Go's, that'd be good.
well, yeah, yeah.
Chrissy Hind, The Pretenders. Lots of options, man. You want to save Kate Bush for that?
It's not just about shoes. For what? This Bananarama tape with no case? We really scored big on that one, didn't we, buddy?
Oh my god.
Bananarama tape with no case. Oh, sweet. Uh, so yeah, like we can save Kate Bush. I'm interested in
All
Rick
right.
Springfield or
Rick
whatever.
Springfield, and then
Uh,
Jimmy Buffett.
yeah, Jimmy Buffett. Yes, because I've talked to one creepy guy that I used to work with, and he said that he and his wife wore diapers to the Jimmy Buffett
Oh my
concert
god.
so that they didn't
And,
have to go away from the stage. And I'm sure
oh my
Jimmy
god.
Buffett played for like 4 or 5 fucking hours, but like on a beach
God,
somewhere.
dude.
But yeah, that's the dedication, and I'd never heard of that before, but I've heard a couple of stories since then. But
Oh,
uh,
dude, I remember going somewhere with my sister and her husband, and they both dig Jimmy Buffett a little bit, not like fanatical or anything. But we went somewhere, and a guy standing in front of us in line somewhere had a parrot tattoo on his calf, and my brother-in-law immediately looked at the guy. Oh, you're a parrot head, huh? I looked at him like he's fucking crazy. What are you talking about? It was Jimmy Buffett. What? Do people get tattoos of Jimmy Buffett branding? Are you kidding?
I'm sure,
Dude, who
I'm
are you
sure
people? Whatever. There's
yeah,
fans everywhere. You
Jimmy
know?
Buffett's fans are like Fish fans or Gwar fans. Like,
War would be good.
yeah, Gwar would be good. We got to keep that in mind,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
from what I heard, they kind of sucked, but their fans are rabid,
Oh, they're so funny, man. The
absolutely
big fucking
rabid.
outfits, they're all muscle bound with the big stupid warrior outfits, all soaked in blood or whatever, helmets and spikes everywhere. Like,
Oh
oh my god.
yeah, yeah, and their whole backstory about them being from outer space and
Yeah, yeah.
their manager Sleazy P Martini is a pimp, and they came from Antarctica,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah, there's just so much shit about Gwar that's just so funny.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, that might be a good joke
Yeah, we can
to
do that.
maybe for Halloween we'll do Gwar.
Oh, that's yeah. We got to think of some Halloween stuff. Alice Cooper might be a good one too, because after this shit show this week, I don't know if I can get through a whole album of Alice Cooper.
I'm not. I liked Alice Cooper's hair metal stuff like Poison and
Oh yeah, yeah,
Feed
yeah.
My
Ah, forgot about
Frankenstein.
that.
That
Yeah.
was okay, but his '70s stuff, like I have a friend who was really into Alice Cooper, and he let me listen to some early stuff. I was like, "You call this rock and roll? What the fuck is this?" It's like a bad high school play.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It was a very theatrical, overly theatrical, and I don't want to spoil because I had another idea for a band that I'm going to save, but I might have given it away already. But yeah, so anyway, we can keep Meatloaf. We can. Damn it! I just said it. Fuck Meatloaf. Fucking a! I just said it. Damn it, son of a bitch. Oh God, bat out of hell. Oh, so.
No, oh please,
Oh,
oh
we'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
yeah, we'll
Teaser.
see. Because
We'll
what's
see.
Paradise by the Dashboard Lights? I fucking hate that song.
I I despise everything I've ever heard from Meatloaf. I don't. I couldn't even tell you a song title other than I would do anything for love, but I won't do that. Fucking what, dude? What? What is it that you won't do? Can you elaborate some? You fucker. No. All right, fine. I'll just stop
Nothing,
listening. Fuck you.
nothing that involves a safe word.
Disgusting
Apparently,
fat guy.
yeah.
All right, man. We got to sign this shit off. We've got our challenge set up for the next one. Nirvana Bleach, Rick Springfield, the one with a hit on it, Jesse's Girl probably, and then
Okay.
Jimmy Buffett, the one with Margaritaville on it, whatever the fuck that is. You can tell we're huge fans of both because I didn't have the name of the album ready.
Yeah, I've heard Jesse's Girl, but this will probably be another surprise. Like, oh, that song. Oh, a Rick
Yeah, yeah,
Springfield
you'll know.
song.
There, I know there's another one I'm not thinking of, and there's at least two. Oh, Don't Talk to Strangers. That's what it is. Don't
Okay,
talk to strangers. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay.
this
All
should be
right.
good.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we'll get through it. But I don't know if they're on the same album. They might be, back then they had like an album would have one hit and then a bunch of shit. And then they'd
Yeah,
release the next album, one hit and a bunch of shit just to sell the albums.
right.
See, kids, that's what we had to put up with back in the day. We had to buy the whole album to get the one song. Because the single was like, if the album was like $12, the single was like $9. Like, fuck that. I'm going to get the whole album. I'm going to spend $3 to get all the songs. Only to find out that they all suck ass.
And I had a stack of tapes and CDs in the shitter because I read all the thanks and
Yeah.
all of
Oh,
the
yeah.
production notes and
Well,
everything. I read it back to back. So, the struggle was real. Albums were real, kids.
yep.
This was a thing, and it and I've gotten some suggestions for like some modern rap because I was like, do these SoundCloud
Yeah.
idiots actually release albums? Apparently they do. So
Oh
that's
wow.
something to torture
Oh, okay,
ourselves
that.
with.
Get a little mumble rap later on. Some
Yeah,
SoundCloud mumble rappers.
some white boy Vicodin freaks with tattoos on their face.
Yeah, with face tats to make them
Yeah,
look legit or whatever they say now. Oh man. All right, man. All right. Well, we're gonna sign it off. We're gonna because we got a lot of work to do this week now. We got these 3 albums to go through. We're getting the website up and running the next week. Everything will be up and everyone can check all this shit out, man. You're welcome, world. You're welcome. We're listening to these albums, so hopefully we inspire you to do the same. Go enjoy these albums or don't, and let us know. Comment, like, subscribe. You know all the cliche shit. Do it. Do it. In fact,
absolutely.
okay. All right, you guys, get up on out of here, everyone. Blasto, thanks for showing up. I'm Chili Burns. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye bye.